Hi, welcome to the Evolution of a Beachbody Coach, Chapter 1. My name's Leanne Swenson, and I have been a Beachbody Coach now since June 5th of 2015. So I'm just kind of new at this, although I have been a customer of Beachbody for probably close to 15 years. I know long enough that I actually have workout tapes with Tony Horton that are on VHS. So I have been doing this for quite some time, off and on. And so today's chapter is just going to be a small glimpse into who I am, or at least who I was. And I thought I would start out with kind of going back to my childhood. Weight has always been an issue. My whole family has struggled with it for as long as I can remember. And when I was young, I was definitely round. In fact, let's see, here's me with Santa Claus. You can see, kind of chubby there. Yeah, here's another one. Oh, up at the Ashland Shakespearean Festival Theater. Anyway, this was what it was like for me growing up. And, you know, it wasn't so bad until I hit junior high. And then, of course, you know, no preteen girl wants to be overweight. And I remember my mom putting me on the Scarsdale diet when I was in the 7th grade. There was nothing more humiliating than eating the food that I was eating while all my friends ate whatever they wanted. And back then I was the heaviest one in my group. And it was really, really difficult for me. It definitely affected my self-esteem. And it kind of shaped me into who I became, you know, as a teenager as well. So, you know, getting through junior high, and then I got in high school, and, you know, I was never obese, but I was always thick and heavy, and, you know, I made attempts to try and, you know, lose some weight here or eat a little better, but, you know, it just wasn't. My parents weren't super active individuals, and so exercising was just not something that was ever instilled in me. And probably about the time, I believe it was in 1986. Yeah, 1986. I was almost 19 years old. I joined Weight Watchers with my mom and dad, and actually was really successful. Made a lifetime member in 1997 in March. It only took me about 6 months, and it was great. But it was really great because my dad did all the cooking. I didn't really have to be responsible. I just ate what he packed for me, and boom, the weight came off. But I wasn't happy. I still wasn't happy. I didn't like what I saw in the mirror. And I was at that time, granted, you know, 30 years younger than I am now, and I was like 130 pounds, and I still saw a fat person when I looked in the mirror. And that kind of really sucked. And so I decided to start working out. And at that time, my wasn't my husband yet, but we joined a gym, and we, you know, started working out. And that helped a little bit because I saw actual changes in my body, and I liked what I saw. And so that pretty much got me, you know, I moved out of my parents' house though. And when I moved out of my parents' house and I moved into my first home with my husband, and now suddenly I was responsible for cooking, things kind of changed. And needless to say, the weight creeped itself back on. And I probably gained about 10 pounds back by the time I got married. Because I actually moved out of my house, and then my husband and I bought our first home, and about 8 months later, we got married. And so about the time I got married, I was weighing about 140 pounds. You know, and when I look back at the pictures, I actually looked really good, but I didn't think I looked good. You know, I was still struggling with, you know, what my mind saw when I looked in the mirror. And so, you know, that kind of brings me to the end of this chapter for today. Next, chapter 2, we'll talk about the next section of my life and what happened in that section. So I hope you are enjoying getting to know me, and I look forward to coming back and talking to you about chapter 2. Bye.